Hey everybody, Mah-Dry-Bread here, and welcome to this playthrough of Fallout 4 in Survival Difficulty. So before we get started, I'll have a time code on screen for if you want to skip straight to the game, but a bit of a preface so you know my information going in on how much I know about the game, kind of my rules I'm setting up for this playthrough for myself. First of all, this is on survival difficulty. We can go into gameplay here and see that. That is the highest difficulty in the game. If I hit right from here, it goes to... Oh no, I thought it was going to go to very easy, but whatever. So basically, it's just enemies take a lot of shots to kill. I think you take extra damage, but I'm not totally sure. And anytime you need to use anything like food or stim packs to heal, you heal very slowly. So just like I play Fallout 3 in New Vegas, I play it on the hardest difficulty. In editing for this playthrough, I will be cutting out loading screens for the most part, because some of the loading screens in this game are very, very long. I have this game installed on a solid-state hard drive, and yet some of the loading screens take a very long time, so if I'm not talking about anything interesting on the loading screens, I'll cut them out. I won't be cutting out any proper gameplay unless it's just backtracking through an area, so don't worry about missing anything. When you see me fade in and out of scenes, I was just cutting out pause menus, loading screens, stuff like that, but I will keep in inventory management so you can see what that's like. As for experience I have with the game so far, I've played maybe 20-ish hours, mostly side quests. I've done very little of the main story, so I don't know the ending of the game. I don't think I'm even halfway through the story. I doubt I'm even close to the halfway point. So I know very little of the plot, and thus I'm going to ask people in the comment section, please don't spoil anything. If it hasn't happened yet in the playthrough, don't talk about it. Don't even insinuate towards it, because you might accidentally spoil. And we don't want to ruin the experience for either myself or anyone who might be reading the comment section and just want to participate in the comments and they end up having the game spoiled for them. So please no spoilers. You're going to be seeing my genuine reaction to the story beyond the first 5 missions or so, which I've already played. I'll be talking about my personal experiences with the game that I've already had to some degree, but yeah, I think this should be a fun one. Even though I've been wholly unimpressed with this game, I think it should be fun to play overall on the channel. And this is being recorded about a week after the game came out, so there's been very little patching. This is the PC version of the game, and this game was kind of a really lazy port from console to PC. Bethesda. Bugthesda. You'll see what I mean. Without further ado, I think we're ready to get started, so we're gonna hit new game here. And hopefully I won't totally get ID claimed for the intro video.
War. War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself. For my wife. For my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes. War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
Does anyone else think that knock 'em dead is probably an inappropriate statement when talking about a veterans hall? I don't know, maybe just me. So, I already have in mind who I'm going to create here for my main character. And before anyone comments, yes, I am aware that you can create your wife as well, and I think I've heard rumor that like it might determine how your son looks, like a mixture between the wife and the husband. I don't know for sure. Don't confirm for me, because I'm sure I'll find out later anyway. But I already have in mind who I'm going to create here. It's going to take a while to create the person, so I'll speed up the footage when we get to it. But the way I look at it, you're going to need someone really tough if they're going to survive the wasteland, if they're going to rule the wasteland. So I started thinking, who is the toughest man to ever exist? And I thought of one person who is truly tough enough to survive and rule the wasteland. And the only man tough enough to rule the wasteland is King Haku. Now, if you guys know King Haku, old WWF wrestler, you know the face here, pretty close, but as close as you can get in the game. The hair, not close at all. For some reason, there are no curly hairstyles except for one that's really short, so he can't have his shoulder-length curls. And the beard is, it's about as close as you're gonna get. They don't have his very specific one of a lot thicker on the bottom and thinner in the mustache area, but you know what? It's as close as you're gonna get, and it's any excuse I can get to play as King Haku in a game. Actually, the new WWE game has him, but what the hell? He's tough enough to rule the wasteland. So, alright, there's also body. That's a quick one. Let's just... Haku would be probably a little bit more large than no, well, if we're in his King Haku days, he was pretty fit, so let's go with that. He's probably a bit bigger, but whatever. He's close enough. And he doesn't have any scars or blemishes, at least not that point in his career. Well, a few wrinkles on the forehead from blading, but other than that, I think we're good to go. Confirm character? Yes. Now, I actually forget if you named the save file. Or no, you do name the character at some point. Right.
Your coffee, 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit, brewed to perfection. And today's newspaper just delivered.
Thank you. And one moment, I'm just going to fix something up real quick in post. Save there, and there we go, we're back. All I was doing there was changing it to be true full screen mode instead of the borderless window mode I had before.
Grognak the Barbarian in the Jungle of the Bat Babies. My favorite.
Right, I can't pick anything up right now. The reason I was doing that was just so the game runs a little bit better. This game hates borderless window mode. Weird frame rate dips when that happens.
First, but Codsworth's really good with Sean.
Yeah, good for you. Waiting for this guy. I can see him over there. Right, the whole reason I had it in borderless window in the first place, though, is my monitors. I have two monitors. They're at different refresh rates, though, so if I'm full screen, the other monitor just goes black, and I needed it to be lit up so that I had a reference picture of King Haku. Right, so there are going to be a lot of technical issues that I'm going to talk about, because this game has terrible built-in technical issues. You'll notice that I'm very smooth when looking left and right, and up and down at the same speed. I had to do a fix for that. It's in the description. I'll talk about it in more detail soon, when I have more time to talk about it.
Good morning.
Vault-Tec calling.
Okay, so this is the first thing I hate about the game, and a lot of people who play the previous games have been very critical of. It's got the Mass Effect dialogue system now, where you have 4 options, or at least in this case 4 options, and you don't know what you're gonna say. It gives you the gist, and the gist is not always correct, and for the most part it's almost totally linear. Deciding to say different things rarely changes anything. For a series of games that for 18 years was all about playing however you want to, this was a really shitty change in terms of playing your own character and kind of role-playing it. You'll see what I mean.
Good morning.
Isn't it? Just look at that sky out there. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
I actually really recognize this voice actor. I believe he did a lot of voices in Fallout 3 and probably New Vegas. I think he's the guy who did someone from Rivet City in 3, the guy who's trying to get his cyborg back. I think it's the same voice actor. Mr. Zimmerman, was it? Something like that.
I'm here now.
So you are.
That was weird.
So you...
Okay, we can chalk up glitch number 1 there. The game freaked out for a second, and just closed itself. But we're back.
are. Now, I know you're a busy fellow, so I won't take up much of your time. Time being a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
Why? Okay, now that's obviously just to teach the player, but why would my guy as a character not already know that the vault is there and the name of it? It's like right beside my house.
Sounds great.
Oh, it is. Believe you me. Now, you're already cleared for entrance in the unforeseen event of total atomic annihilation. I just need to verify some information. That's all.
Okay, something you might notice when people are talking, sometimes there's a little bit of weird, like, frame blending ghosting on their mouths. Don't know what that is. It seems to be built into the game. It just kind of happens. Again, I actually, like, check my performance and do stress testing before I do games like this. My computer, this is not even using a third of my RAM, not half of my CPU, not half of my graphics card's processing, nothing. It's barely touching my computer. And yet, sometimes it just has its little freakouts. See, here's a awful thing. Left is sarcastic. I'm just kind of looking up there. That was weird. I didn't know my mouse actually did that. Sarcastic, you never know if sarcastic means yes or no. It never gives you a fucking clue. Let's just pick it and see what happens.
Now, I can't wait for the world to end.
That's the spirit. Now, let's see.
Alright, we get to pick our name here and our skills here. Speaking on that frame blending, though, by the way, this game is actually locked at 60 frames per second, even though my computer does 144. Frustrating. Not the worst for you guys, since on YouTube, I believe YouTube only does 60 frames anyway, so you wouldn't notice a difference. However, and this is an egregious problem that Japanese game companies are usually ragged on for, and usually American companies don't do this, but pretty sure Bethesda's from California. And, the game physics is tied to the frame rate. If you use a .ini file hack to unlock the frame rate, which makes the game run a lot better, sometimes the physics freak out. And the game will play at triple speed, and things will fly out of the universe. So I don't have that unlocked. That is an egregious problem, and I cannot believe Bethesda of all companies did that. Don't get me wrong, Bethesda is well known for technical issues, but I didn't think they'd stoop to that. Speaking of what I was saying earlier about the mouse, how it's going equal speeds in every direction when I look around in-game, natively in this game, left and right horizontal mouse sensitivity is double vertical mouse sensitivity, and using the mouse sensitivity in-game slider does not get rid of this desync. That is horrible for aiming, and I've never seen it in a video game before. I used a .ini file hack to fix that. I also had to use a .ini file to hack how the regular field of vision is about 70. I changed it to 90 because I was getting motion sickness. That is a playability problem, stumbling over my own words. It is terrible that here in Canada, an $80 game didn't have an FOV slider. Motion sick people are just fucked. And lastly, the game has built-in mouse acceleration. That means if I were to move my mouse an inch quickly or an inch slowly, the mouse would go to different distances. This is on by default in Windows usually. I always turn it off because it makes your mouse cursor very imprecise, and it's horrible in first-person games. If you watch my Payday 2 101 series where I teach people to play Payday 2, you know that mouse acceleration is the bane of any pro gamer, so you always turn that off. This game has it built in. You cannot turn it off without doing a .ini hack. I've only ever found one video game in my entire life that has mouse acceleration turned on by default. That game was Ride to Hell Retribution, a video game so bad that it was actually taken off Steam for purchase on quality control. If you guys want to see that game, I have a playlist of my playthrough of it in the description as well. But let's get on with the game. Our name is King Haku. Yes, we're putting King right in the name, because you better goddamn remember it. So, one thing I actually like about this, the stats in this game are... Do I have to hit enter? Okay. The stats in this game have been changed up a bit. Or rather, the skill points, it should be. They're no longer stat points. Okay, sorry, I always mix up the stat points and skill points. The skill points from previous games are gone. Now it's a trait system where you get a trait every single level, and you level up easier than you used to, and there's not the level cap anymore. I don't even know if there's a level cap at all. I heard before the game came out that there wasn't, but then again, Todd Howard said a lot of things before the game came out, and a lot of them ended up being wrong, so I don't know. So, because there are no longer skill points, intelligence being low is not nearly as scary as before, where you would have, like, no skill points by the end of the game. It does affect your amount of experience points, and experience points are more valuable than before because I believe there is no maximum level. So that's actually really good. Spending traits on getting things to get you skill points faster wouldn't be a waste of a trait in the end anymore because there is no end, again, so far as I know. Charisma is more useful than ever now because there's no longer a speech skill. Anytime you would do a speech check, it is just a charisma check. So charisma has actually become very valuable, especially because it's not just have this amount or don't have this amount to pass this check, it's a dice roll, and the higher your charisma, the better chance of success. So you could just save scum by saving before and reloading every time you fail, kind of takes some of the fun out of the game. But one thing I really like is no matter what you focus on here, it all feels different, plays different, and gives the game a lot of replayability. So if there's anything positive I can say about this game, the update to the stat system is very much appreciated. I think it works great. So, if we're going to be King Haku, we need endurance and strength, but especially endurance, because the man is invincible. That's also useful because we are on survival difficulty, and you take a lot of damage. So, there's the same kind of idea as before, where you might not want to go to 10 in a skill, because you can find a bobblehead that gives you more skill. I don't know where the endurance one is, but who knows, I might find it. It's not as big of a deal as before, starting with 10 in a skill, just because it's a lot easier to get these skills up than before, because every time you get a perk point by leveling up, you could actually just increase one of your special stats here. And because there's unlimited levels, it's not as big of a deal. I won't necessarily be going too heavy into melee, but strength in general is very useful because you're going to be hauling around a lot of loot in this game, and carry weight is determined by strength. I want 9 in endurance, so I have a lot of total health, and I have a wide array of endurance-based perks to take early on, which will help keep me alive. Always need at least a little bit of charisma, a little bit of intelligence. Now, VATS-based builds. If you make a completely VATS-based build in this game, you can be unstoppable. We're not going to be very VATS-based, although I would like to improve my VATS skill a little bit throughout the game. So, when it says here environmental awareness, that means your ability to spot enemies on your compass. I do want at least 2 in everything. Like, I don't want to dump stat anything too badly, but Luck, as far as I'm aware, luck is not terribly important unless you focus heavily on it. My other file that I've been playing on, I'm a heavily luck-based character, luck and charisma, and that's been very fun. So I'm trying something very different here with strength and endurance. But if there's anything I want to put one extra point in, I'm thinking maybe agility here. Again, going with King Haku here. But let's... Yeah, I think that looks good for now. Let's roll with that.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
And if I remember correctly, I found the perception bobblehead very early in the game anyway.
It's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
God, my guy sounds like a dink.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
I do get a kick out of seeing subtitles King Haku.
Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that paternal affection you seem to be so good at.
You heard Codsworth. Go on.
I want to steal the globe. The globe is a really good loot item to get. Alright, so, before we go talk to Sean, activate Teddy Bear. Right, another complaint I have about this game, have you noticed my guy is like talking this whole time with these things that I have no control over?
Wonder what Sean will grow up to be.
Well, there's a little bit of a problem with that, you see. Ooh, it's a frustrating one. What if you don't want to roleplay this character who's talking lovingly to his wife and kind of talking like a sarcastic dink? What if you don't want to roleplay that? Well, in Fallout 1 and 2, you had the options to not do that. Again, Fallout 1 and 2, I will say I'm a little bit biased, two of my favorite games of all time. I replay those games in full every single year with the restoration mods. God, those games are good. I can go back and play those games however the hell I want. I can be a walking one-man apocalypse who goes into every town and kills everyone. Very difficult. Those games were a lot harder than the modern games. But you can do it. You can choose to just never do the game's objective if you want to. You could just be a psychopath, but in this game, every time I'm in a conversation, it's either, no, I don't want to do the thing you want, or I'll do the thing you want, or I'll sarcastically quip about the thing you want me to do, and in the rare case, you can just be like, give me your money. It feels like it's the Mass Effect system, where it worked in Mass Effect. In Mass Effect, you weren't creating your own character, you were shaping the well, you made the face of the character, but in reality, you were shaping the career of Commander Shepard. You were essentially playing one of three characters with a bit of mixing and matching. There's the Paragon Shepard, the Renegade Shepard, and the Neutral Shepard, which almost no one played. I mean, there are gameplay benefits for going Paragon or Renegade. But, you know, you had options there, and the game series from the very beginning was about shaping it like that rather than making your own character. But when you have a series like Fallout where it's been 18 years of making your own character and playing as your own character, truly doing your own thing, really kind of pisses you off when they just sell you a game in the series with the name that you thought would be the thing that you've loved for so long, and they take away one of the most integral things. It's why so many fans have hated this game. The Metacritic and all the reviewers, they love this game, but so many of the hardcore fans have just hated it from a narrative standpoint, and you know what? I don't blame them. I'm in the same camp, but we're going to keep playing because I do really enjoy a lot of aspects of the gameplay. Most of my complaints were with the narrative, and I can swallow it if I have to.
How are the two most important men in my life doing?
Ugh.
Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that.
Alright. So, if my good old buddy Super Effectors inform me correctly, I can grab this book at some point and get a free special point out of it.
Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
I don't know if you can hear a certain cat mewing very lightly in the background, but we're just going to pretend that's Sean, and that Sean is a catkin. Sean is a catkin. That's part of our it's part of our lore now. Wait a minute. If I'm King Haku, does that mean that Sean is going to grow up to be Camacho? Oh man, Camacho is actually really cool. Maybe I do care about Sean. Now let's be sarcastic.
Will it be like that night in the park a year ago?
That's creepy.
Mom, you should come and see this.
Also, my hair is clipping through my neck. Christ. Alright. Oh, can I pick it up now? No. I don't know when I'm allowed to pick it up is the thing. Maybe I have to run back for it.
Followed by flashes, blinding flashes. Sounds
Didn't
of
even sip my
explosions.
coffee.
We're trying to get confirmation. What? We seem to have lost contact.
No,
with
it's my
authority
TV.
stations.
Don't look.
We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonation.
Do we even have a dog? I don't think we do. Why do we have a dog bowl?
My God.
Also, this house is really small.
We need to get to the vault. Now.
Yeah, we need to get to the vault now. Can I get it? Let me just quick save just in case. No, I can't grab it now. Okay, maybe I can go back and grab it later. Okay, so I would dick around here a whole bunch, but if you wait too long, you actually do die in a nuclear blast, which I think is a really cool touch, because in so many games, when they tell you, like, run, urgent thing going on, in so many games, I try just standing still, and you can stand still forever. So, I have already looked around in another save file. There's nothing interesting or glitchy around here as far as I'm aware, so I'm just going to keep moving. You'll notice my AP goes down very slowly when I sprint. That's due to my high endurance.
I'm going in. You can't stop me. Okay, we're gonna die. I'm reporting this.
If you're in the program, step.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female.
King Haku!
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Man, I remember you from the WWF. Colossal Connection, come on in!
Outside the gate.
Everything we can. Now keep moving. Step on the platform in the center.
God, I dress like a dink. Alright. It's okay, don't bring any
Almost
baby
there.
food or
We're gonna be
anything.
okay. I love you. Both of you.
What if I want King Haku to be a loveless human? I know, I'm being a little bit sarcastic now, but I think you guys understand where my true complaints are coming from. Do have to say, though, this looks very nice. Although it does tie into my complaint I have in a lot of Bethesda games. The intros just get so damn long now. Every time you want to start a new game, you gotta go through so much rigmarole. I'm sure some modder has a way to skip it by now, but a player shouldn't have to hunt that down. There should be an option to just skip to the point where you're, where you just create your character, skip to the point that you're actually playing, you know?
In an orderly fashion. No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home. Vault 111. A better future underground.
So we just...
Yes, up the stairs.
I can't believe it. If we left a minute later...
Alright, for all the time wasting I did earlier, I'll have had a time code that went past it, so I'm going to try and motor through this beginning bit, so we can really get to the meat of the gameplay. There's nothing that interesting here. I've tried talking to everyone here on a previous file. No one really says anything of interest.
Pick up a seat
Thanks.
right over there. Just
What
this
now?
way.
Just follow the doctor.
All right, you.
It's down
Alright,
the hallway.
so
right
she
there.
just told us to get in the suit and walk down the hallway. And if you did talk to everyone in there, you'll just notice that the people in the vault suits all talk a little bit creepy.
One of our most advanced facilities.
And they're all very hopeful, and they're kind of corralling you down here.
We'll be going over all that in orientation.
So,
Checking everyone up
yeah.
as they come in.
As comfortable.
Prepared for the future, right?
Right, I think I'm supposed to... Oh, no, I talked to you.
Hey,
Just this way. Just follow me.
Yeah, I'm here.
who's my little guy? I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
There he is. See? Daddy's not going far.
All set?
Alright,
Just step inside and put on your vault suit.
alright. Don't know how I just put that on. And you'll notice a little bit of clipping on the arms every once in a while. It's because I artificially raised the FOV. That's not natively in the game, so I don't hold that against... Well, I kind of hold that against Bethesda. I mean, they should have had this FOV in the game. 90 is standard, but it's a little bit nitpicky. They didn't program in natively the resolution, or the FOV, so I can't complain when you see a bit of clipping there. Yeah, so we were kind of tricked into going into a freezing chamber, told it was decontamination. if you play the previous Fallout games, you know that a lot of vaults had social experiments in them and other such things from Vault Tech. So I guess this is one of them. Again, I haven't beaten the story, not even close to it, so I still don't know the secret of this whole cryostasis thing. I don't know why we were frozen. I have no idea the relevance of what's about to happen yet.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
I'm okay.
Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
Come. No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you shot.
Yeah, she's not that smart. I don't know why she didn't give it to the person. The person clearly works here. You'd think it would be a safety hazard bringing your kid in there. So, there's the, and they're freezing us again. There was the big line, though. At least we have a backup. So, whatever this guy wants Sean for, apparently we would be a backup. So, again, I don't know the secret of that. Maybe it's a biological thing? I don't know. Maybe we got some kind of rare... I'm gonna guess. Here's my guess. Here's my immediate guess. We got some kind of rare biological gene in our DNA that, if extracted, could be used to make a cure for... radiation, super mutants, maybe? Like, have it as a cure for the, I actually forget the name of the virus that super mutants have now. When they were dunked in the tanks by the Master in Fallout 1. I actually forget the name of that now. Alright, let's...
Come on! There has to be a release! Come on, come on, come on! Oh, God!
Again, just giving me dialogue that I don't choose.
I'll find who did this. And I'll get Sean back. I promise.
I do think it's a cool touch that I take the wedding ring if you do talk to her, which I don't think you actually have to open the thing and be there. So I actually didn't try this before. Can I let other people out of their pods? No. How funny coincidence I can let her out. Alright, so I'm starting to get control of the game here. In that I can crouch and I can jump and sprint and punch. I don't know if it'll give me tutorial pop-ups because it might know I've already played the game, I don't know. But here's where we start taking junk. So unlike previous games, every bit of junk you get actually has a use. And in fact, often very important uses. So I don't recommend you pick up everything, but start to learn what is and isn't most useful. Early on, everything's pretty useful to some degree. See rad roaches. Holding R is how you sheath your weapon, by the way. I know a lot of people had troubles figuring that out. Oh my god, I feel like I am King Haku. Look at these wrestling-style steel folding chairs. Stim pack. So, things you always want to keep an eye out for, though. Do I care about the security terminal? I guess. Look for anything with adhesive and anything with screws. You use those a lot in crafting. You guys can read that if you want to. I am just very quickly skimming to see if anything's important. Okay, here's a problem I've noticed. If you mouse control on these computers and you try to click through it, sometimes it just doesn't continue to work. Using the arrow keys tab and enter seems to be a lot more consistent. All clear and evacuation. Military shelter period. Short-term... Classified as a short-term assignment. Non-residential personnel are expected to carry out research duties. Absence... Alright. Staff duties. Okay, so they've been monitoring us while we're frozen. I didn't read this one before. I think I missed this because it looked like it was turned off. Listing interventions only permitted grade 80% population has perished. Oh. Okay, life-saving intervention is only permitted if greater than 80% of the resident population has perished. Okay, so independent research encouraged and left to overseer. So either the overseer overrode this for the sake of someone, presumably whoever shot my wife, or everyone was dying, and they decided they needed to save us for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and guess it was a biological thing, though, because if they shot the wife, then the wife must not carry whatever biological thing they're looking at, if anything. And if I'm a backup, and Sean's a backup, but she's not, that must mean it runs in my side of the family. So I'm taking a lot of beer bottles here because glass is a little bit of a pain to get later. So I can't actually check my carry weight right now because I don't have a Pip-Boy at the moment. So we're just gonna pick up everything because I don't think I can get over encumbered while I'm in here before I have my Pip-Boy, because you would have no way to drop it, so that would be quite the oversight. I'm gonna be quick saving every once in a while, just in case, because you do get a lot of glitches in this game. F5 is quick save, F9 is quick load. Just looking for loot there. And you do move faster if you have your weapon put away. Look around on walls for medkits a lot, by the way. Oh, there we go. Oh, didn't even notice that one. So we're one-shotting these, probably because of our high strength. We are on survival difficulty, so you would imagine that sometimes things take more than... Sometimes even things as weak as this will take more than one hit, but we do have a baton and everything. Oh, by the way, I guess I should go in here and show you that, yes, we're still on survival, just so you know, because I did have that part where I changed settings, so some people might have wondered if I tried to sneak away with changing it there, but I didn't. Stimpaks, very valuable. Got a pistol now, which it automatically changed us to, because we don't have a Pip-Boy yet, so we can't manually change. Overseer terminal.
Nice. Coming back later for
So that's a master lock. You need to put a lot of perk points into lock picking if you want to get that open, but I'm guessing it's a really good weapon. I've never used it. Can't really tell what it is. It's probably some kind of one-of-a-kind. So cigarettes are really good to get because they both give you asbestos, which is good for making some drugs and stuff, and poisons, I believe. Also, hold on, did it change my settings on... No, okay, my best sensitivity's right. Sorry, I had to measure something there. Hope I'm not making anyone motion sick. With how low my sensitivity is, hopefully I won't be. Open evacuation tunnel. I don't care about reading the whole thing, honestly. I just kind of want to get to the gameplay. So you do have more stability if you're crouching. Man, we started with a lot of ammo here. So, I do like this new looting system here. I can walk up to things, and if it has multiple items on it, I can use the scroll wheel to go through them. That is such a faster and more streamlined way to loot than any previous Fallout game. I think that's a big plus, and it's really good considering how much they incentivize, with how much they incentivize looting in this one compared to others, which looting's always been important, but is... Whoa, I didn't even see you. It's especially important now. So, I very much appreciate that change. Did I hear another rad roach around here? No, probably not. I'm just gonna look around a little bit more. See? Found ammo. That's worth it. And this 10mm pistol is actually one of those guns you can upgrade a lot and use throughout the entire game. Mostly just the only reason you'd want to do it is because the ammo is so inexpensive for 10mm. But they have made it so they're less junk throwaway weapons in this game through the very robust weapon upgrading system, which I also very much like.
Pip-Boy interface required to
Alright, we need a Vault Boy, which is, or Pip Boy rather, which is right here. Cool little animation for picking it up here. I like this. Looks pretty faithful, too. It's not quite the same, but you can always argue that, you know, we're in Boston now. The other games took place in California. Actually, one took place in Washington State, but most were in California, so, yeah. 1, 2, and New Vegas were all in California, so you could argue that with the difference of land, perhaps they had different Pip-Boy technology. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some favoriting here. I like 2 to usually be a meowing cat. I like 2 to usually be a melee weapon, and 1 to be a very ammo-conserving weapon, so in this case, our pistol. Alright, we're gonna open this up. Millie, one of my cats, has now jumped on the back of my chair, so if she starts getting loud, then I'll just cut until she's not loud. But until then, we can just pretend that that's a wailing ghoul ever over our shoulder haunting us. And it really adds to the atmosphere of the game, you know? This is this lonely, lonely world, and every once in a while you just hear a cute little cat cooing. A cute little pigeon cat cooing. So, really, it adds to the tension. And by the tension, I mean my own personal stress levels at everyone clicking off of the video because they're annoyed with the animal noise in the background. I check my audience retention. I thought I was a wizard for a second there. I check my audience retention. I know that only like 15% of people watch past a minute in these videos. People give up fast on part 1 of any series. Anytime you see part 1 of a series on the playthroughs and you're like, wow, that's an impressive number, remember, only about 15% of those people watched past a minute in. So, like most games, this is your final chance to change your attributes, your appearance, stuff like that if you're not happy with it. I'm happy with it, though. And we'll throw down a little quick save right there, just in case. So, you'll notice one thing I like to do is I quick save before every time I go to use a terminal. That is because terminals in this game often have a horrible glitch on PC, don't know about console, where, sometimes when you stop using a terminal, you are stuck in the ground. And there's no fixing it but reloading a save, so I usually save before every terminal. I'll be quick saving a lot in this game, you'll notice. It is mostly just in case of glitches, because I have had horrendous ones. I've had a glitch where I walked through a doorway, a knife spawned in front of my face, and I could only walk like I was over encumbered and couldn't attack. That was a weird one. I've had a few little game crashy bugs. I've had ones where I've fallen through the map. I've had ones where I've walked to locations, and the world didn't load, so it was a pit, a canyon, if you will, of unloaded textures, and the ability to swim through walls. I posted a lot of pictures of that on Twitter. Twitter's in the description, by the way, if you want to go see my Twitter. And you're about to see a part that really made me lose faith in this game.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Not Codsworth being Codsworth. I actually like Codsworth. I think he's a really faithful representation of the Mr. Handy series. So I actually really like Codsworth.
Codsworth? You're still here. So other people could still be alive too.
But of course I'm still here. Surely you don't think a little radiation could deter the pride of General Atomics International? But you seem the worse for wear. Best not let the wife see you in that state, hmm? Where is the missus, by the way?
And of course, they give you a bunch of dink ones here if you want to be in denial and all stupid. She can't be dead. Ugh. I bet you if I click it, it'll be like he's in denial and in shock, but... wife's killers.
They came into the vault. Maybe you saw them.
And you see...
armed, wearing strange
they're adding so much character there that I didn't choose. I didn't know that he was going to say it like that at all when I chose it. It sucks from a roleplay stance.
Not like this family, sir. You and the missus have always been such a responsible couple. Where is she, by the by?
You'll notice, by the way, that I try not to talk over the dialogue too much, but I do have subtitles on for anyone who likes it. And actually, personally, I like subtitles.
They killed her.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
So, there was no option previously to just matter-of-factly say, like, she was killed, I'm hunting down the killers, Codsworth, do you know anything? That wasn't even an option. That was not an option at all. I could either... Basically, everything there was just, I'm really broken up over the loss. There's no man of action thing I could have picked there. And that's a real problem in this game, is no matter what you pick, I don't remember a single line from this game. I remember the things happened, I don't remember individual lines, nothing's memorable. One of the greatest things in Fallout 1 and 2, and New Vegas to a large part, is how amazing the writing was. Fallout 1 and 2 are so quotable. My favorite quote in an entire video game is in Fallout 1. I don't trust you as far as two people could throw you. Fat chance, Slim. That's an amazing line from Fallout 1. So quotable. Every line was so good, and you could pick to say that, or you could say something else, but there was an option for however you wanted to play your character. In this, it's the Mass Effect style. You play one of 2 or 3 characters, and that sucks in a series where it's all about role-playing and creating your own person. It was Fallout 1, the post-apocalyptic role-playing game. That was the full title of the game Fallout. Fallout post-apocalyptic role-playing game. It's a role-playing game, and I can't play my fucking role. Sorry, I'm slowing things down. He's been kidnapped.
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm going to find him. I'm going to get my son back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
Doesn't matter how long it's been. I feel fine.
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
Alright, so you'll notice that there is a differently colored option. That is a charisma check. It's yellow, it's pretty bright yellow, so I've got a good chance of passing it. The darker into red it gets, the harder. I'm going to give it a try, because persuasion, things like this, tend to get you better options.
Codsworth, you're acting a little bit weird. What's wrong?
I don't think you can fail that one, to be honest.
Oh, sir, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing! And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car! How do you polish rust?
I do really like Codsworth.
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
What was the difference between that and focus?
The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
A holotape? What's on it?
I believe it's a private message for you. My etiquette protocols would not permit me to play it for myself. Any standard holotape reading device should be able to play it back. Oh, like that Pip-Boy on your arm. That should work brilliantly. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Sean may turn up yet.
I'll be honest, I've never listened to that holotape before because I almost instantly in the other file forgot that I even had it. I don't care at all about my wife in this game. Like, I barely met her. I just don't care. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, like, we should have milled about forever in our regular life before getting to the game to get to know her. I'm just saying it was a consequence of the story they went with.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir.
And again, no option to happily be like, yeah, let's do this. Just, yeah, I know I keep talking about the same point over and over. So, we're going to get into a point of the game that I really like pretty soon, which is fixing this place up. I think that's a really fun mechanic. So, let's save on ammo a little bit. We're going to go melee in here. We can actually just let Codsworth basically clear these houses for us. He's pretty tough. Silver is a nice thing to pick up early on. But I'll be looting this place more in depth later.
My senses are picking up movement in another house.
Codsworth.
Yep. Come on.
Don't worry. My
Oh, he calls me Mr. King. Okay. Because apparently they recorded like 1,000 names or something. Apparently he recognizes King.
We'll find them, sir. You have my
That's interesting. My other file is called Mah-Dry-Bread, which is my username, which he very much did not recognize. I'm sure he wouldn't recognize my real name either. My real name is Madrot, which, that name is basically defunct in the human consciousness, so, I'm pretty sure that if you search Madrot on Google now, as of recently, all you get is a Yu-Gi-Oh card that was recently made. Like, a couple years ago, they made a Yu-Gi-Oh card with my name. So, yeah. So you'll already notice I've actually taken a decent amount of damage there.
Mr. King.
This difficulty, you do take a lot of damage. Just do your thing.
Codsworth.
Mr. King, the missus and young Sean. They aren't here.
Yep, I could have told you that.
Sean's out there, Codsworth. I need to find him.
What about
Wow, that
Concord,
mouth flap was
sir?
way off.
Plenty of people there. And last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
I like these people already.
Oh, good. Maybe you'll get along then, and they can help you find young Sean. I shall remain here.
Alright, so we need to go investigate Concord. Let's not pick up too much right now. How's our carry weight looking? 31 of 250. That's not bad at all. This character does have higher strength than my other character I've been playing, which is pretty nice. Didn't know how important strength is going to be. I mean, strength is reasonably important in every Fallout game for the sake of carry weight, but man, is it extra important in this one. At least I feel like it is. So, let's just go into the perk chart here. So this is a perk chart. Some people don't know you can actually scroll on here by either putting your mouse at the bottom of the screen and the top, or by holding down right click and scrolling. Some people don't know that you can do that. So, every single tier requires 1 extra point of charisma. And you'll see if I hover over any random thing here, there are empty stars right above the requirement at the bottom middle there. That is how many levels worth you can get in it. Each level gives you some kind of different bonus. You can also put a point into increasing any one of your special stats. So, we have a lot of things that we're able to get in endurance and strength. What I probably want to take immediately, what are the really high level things we can get here actually? Regenerate lost health from radiation. Cannibalism, where you can eat corpses to get health, although most companions will hate you for it. Your skeleton's being infused with indestructible metal. Reduce limb damage, that's a pretty big one. Resistance to radiation. Now, there's no immunity, is there? No. This one's interesting. Can breathe underwater at level 1 of that. And totally undetectable will submerge. That could actually be useful. A lot of these endurance ones I'm not familiar with, because my main character on the other file has like an endurance of 3, I believe. Chem resistance, if we're to max that out, I'd be immune to addiction, which could be useful, because I might end up going really heavily on chems. I think I'm going to be like a drug lord, because, again, the roleplay, I am playing a 1980s pro wrestler. I'm sure drugs are involved. And Life Giver is a big one, extra health. And you get health regeneration at level 20s. Version of it, which is great. But what I always recommend right off the bat if you're playing on a high difficulty like this is toughness. That gives you damage resistance. That is armor. So that's a very worthwhile one to take. Anyway, we haven't leveled up yet, so we don't need to worry about that. I'm hitting X, by the way. I have my hands off the keyboard and the mouse. X is auto walk or sprint if you tap shift.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself?
Hi, dog meat. I didn't have to earn getting you at all.
You want to come with me, pal?
He's not hidden. He's not a secret. You just get him.
Okay, then. Let's stick together.
It's kind of cheesy and lame, but here's our first companion. It's dog meat from, well, we name him dog meat. He's obviously not the same dog as the previous games, which, every game had a different dog meat. Except New Vegas. Don't think New Vegas had dog meat. Although I do believe it had a dog. It had a Rex, right? Yeah. So, this is a location you can make one of your bases later on. It doesn't even take that long before you can do it. So this will likely end up being our little mini home. Home away from home, maybe. But let's continue on our way to Concord. Now, if memory serves, I'll want my pistol here. So, a glitch you'll get often, at least on the PC version. You're using your number keys to quickly switch between equipment. When something insanely frustrating happens, and it's not my cat meowing, the insanely frustrating thing that happens is sometimes you click it, well, you were already pulling out another weapon, or you were reloading, something like that, and things don't quite go as planned. In fact, your weapon won't switch, no matter what you click. And in fact, sometimes it takes a long time to switch between weapons, which in a fight can get you killed, especially on this difficulty. What you have to do to fix it is actually go to your weapons inventory tab and manually switch it and then switch it back. It's a very annoying glitch. So we can actually see laser fire over there, and I see someone right there. So we're going to sneak up on this person. So if you haven't played on this difficulty before, you're going to see very quickly what it's like. You can see a guy up there shooting down with a laser rifle. So, these raiders at the very beginning are very weak. A sneak attack in the head is enough to kill them. Let's get the knuckles, the leathers. I do recommend picking up leather armor early on, even if you're not going to end up using it. So we're going to layer that on top of our jumpsuit here. Eyeglasses. Oh, eyeglasses give you perception? I actually didn't know that. Well, let's wear them then. Alright, if they're the same weapon speed, then no reason to use one over the other at the moment. We have no perks with that. So, we are on survival still. However, these guys are especially weak because they're kind of tutorial fight guys. Oh, that one actually survived the first shot. And you're basically just getting free shots on these guys, because they're distracted by that guy. I'll take the auto pistol for now, but I'm likely not going to use it.
I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please.
Oh, where was the... Did I already just pick it up? Oh no, there it is. Right. So, we need to help them from the raiders inside. So, we just got a double-barrel shotgun, which I'm going to put on 3, and a laser musket, which I'm going to put on 4. The laser musket's one of the better weapons in the game. You can upgrade this thing long-term, really good weapon. I tend to use shotguns heavily in this game. But let's just get this laser musket ready. So laser musket, you charge up every single shot by hitting reload, and the more times you hit it, the more times you crank it. Every time you crank it, you're loading more ammo into it. Right now, we can only do 2, which is a double power shot, or at least a scaled shot. for 2 ammo, and later you can upgrade it to have up to, I believe the maximum is 5 or 6 cranks worth. But it's a pretty powerhouse weapon, and it's a long-term one you can keep for a long time and find use. That was a miss. So, I'm actually going to have the shotgun out here. Now, even from the beginning here, you've got to be careful playing on this difficulty. It is not a terribly forgiving game. Okay, so Raider gear is basically the weakest gear that I think is upgradable. It's still worth picking up early on, though, as you can scrap it to get leather to upgrade your other leather gear. Hold on, it sounds like I'm being attacked by a ghoul! Whoa! The ghoul has been put to bed. And it's back to hunting down these raiders. So, one thing a lot of people seem to Whoa, dog meat. Okay, 2 points. One thing people tend to overlook a lot is left alt is to bash. It's very useful for finishing off enemies. Especially in this difficulty where ammo is very precious, because things take so many shots to kill. 2, I often die because dog meat gets behind my feet and I can't back up through a doorway. Very annoying. So you can see at the top there how much damage I did, which is not a ton. Looks like we're good there. Sweet. So Dogmeat's pretty useful for this area, but later on he's only really that good if you get a lot of perks. His main thing is that he can tie people up in melee combat by biting them. Also, if we get these welding goggles here and we talk to Dogmeat and we trade, there's one thing that a lot of people don't know that you can do, and we give him the welding goggles. We'll see if it works. Nope, I guess that doesn't count as one of the pairs he can wear. Okay, well, it was worth a try. Oh, God. Yeah, that's not stopping anytime soon. Give me a minute. Sorry. I literally live in an apartment the size of a hotel room. When the cats get loud, the cats get loud. Alright, well... You know what? I actually don't want to engage in this fight right now, because I'm pretty beaten up. I'm going to heal first. I want to fully heal before I go in that room. So you can see in the bottom left there my health going up. You also see a little bit of red. That is the new radiation system. It doesn't work like it used to, where you get stat effects if it gets up too much. Instead, the more radiation you have, the lower your max health is, which I think is a very, very good change. Makes it feel like radiation plays a much bigger role in the game, you know? I like it. And it means that even small bits of radiation do affect you. Didn't think that was actually going to be a one-shot kill. There's another guy in here, though. So... God, wow, I really missed that first shot with like an 80-something%. Oh, well, that killed him. One trick you're going to learn, they still have not fixed this since Fallout 3 when they introduced VATS in this current form it's in. Oops, didn't actually mean to take the leathers. The leathers can't be broken down, just the leather pieces, which is all the rest of the armor. Oh, do they have one for left leg? No, I still need something for my left leg. Well, back to the crank gun. Oops. Anyway, there's still a trick that they never fixed, which is if you have one shot left in your gun and you need to reload, use VATS and queue up 2 shots, and you'll reload at normal speed while the rest of the game is in slow motion. It's essentially free reloads, which is very useful, as you can imagine.
I'm coming in there, and I'm gonna skin every last one of you.
Come on, man. They ain't going nowhere. We got other shit to deal with.
You hear that? I gotta go take a little walk, but I'll be back, and you'll be dead.
Alright, let's continue to loot this place a little bit. Apparently, it's on caution, so they know that we're snooping around.
Fuck was that? Oh, hell no.
Well, that should tip them off. How's that guy still alive? Okay, well, he's dead now. Oh, they're fighting my dog. That's what they're doing over there. I've got to say, Dogmeat's doing a lot better now than he was when I first played. I'm getting the feeling that they improved his AI a little bit in that patch they did, I think it was yesterday. Because when I did this section, it was a lot harder. Dogmeat was just terrible. So let's go ahead and get that Raider right leg now. Or left leg, rather. So we've got something on every leg. We don't have anything on the chest yet, though, so we still have very little armor. 6 total, which is very low. But yeah, let's go talk to this guy.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minuteman. Maybe?
Glad to help? What is wrong with Dogmeat's head? Like, he's panting, but it's also like jittering forward. Like it looks like someone's using the Photoshop stretch tool on his head. What the fuck is going? His legs too. Something weird is going on with him.
You help us?
Glad to help.
Well, if that's true.
God, I look like such a dink with those glasses.
As you can see, we're in a bit of a mess here.
Go on.
Please, go on.
A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. First, it was the ghouls in Lexington, and now this mess.
Yeah, let's just kind of breeze through this.
Sorry. Sounds rough.
God damn it. Thanks. It's good to meet someone who really cares. Anyway, we figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong. But, well, we do have one idea.
One good idea can make all the difference.
Sturgis.
I'm just trying to get my way through this dialogue.
There's a bird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen
camera, you want to center on him?
Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
Yep, they just give you power armor in this game right away. Don't need to work for it.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought you might. Protection with an added bonus. Get the suit. You can rip the minigun right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
Yeah, sure.
Minigun. Now we're talking.
I know, right?
God, the voice does not match.
There's one hitch. The suit's out of juice. Probably been dry for 100 years. It can be powered up again. But we're a bit stuck.
Yep.
I'll help if I can.
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC. A standardized fusion core. Your high-grade, long-term nuclear battery used by the military and some companies way back when. And we know right where to find one.
But we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement. Locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff. I tinker. Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Can't be too hard. I'll see what I can do.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
Alright, finally we're done with that horrible conversation that takes way too long.
Perfect.
Alright, so if you pick up comic books, magazines, stuff like that, they can give you abilities. We got a holotape game from that, which is not really a gameplay ability.
Careful, kid.
I hate her.
Coming. And it's angry.
Yeah, good for you. If you talk to her, she just admits she's a drug addict and she has visions.
What are you going to do in that stupid jumpsuit? Bleed to death?
Dog meat sure did find us some help. Just look at ya.
Yep.
He's a good dog. Smart, too.
Oh, indeed. Dog mate's good at finding folks who need him, and he'll stick by you now. I saw it.
You saw it?
It's the chems, kid. They give old Mama Murphy the sight. Been that way for as long as I can remember.
Yep, I'm leaving.
Oh boy, that's it. I'm out of here.
All right. I sometimes forget that folks ain't used to weird things like the sight. You go on.
Yep, she's a druggie.
There we go.
So that's a really easy bobblehead to get there. Perception permanently up by 1. That's why you should probably never start with 10 perception. It's just so easy to get that point.
Somebody do something!
Yeah, good for you. Alright, let's go, Alright, let's go get the fusion core from the basement. So, really easy to get. You just need to go all the way down here, and you either hack the terminal or pick the lock. The lock's a lot faster. Well, I didn't even need to move the pin. Okay. So, fusion cores, you can find them littered around the world. They're pretty rare, but you can find them. Or, you can get them... oh, right, we need to go all the way back up the long way. You can either find them littered around the world, or you can get them by buying them from merchants. They're unlimited of them if you buy them from merchants. So, once you get a good money-making scheme going, you can essentially have unlimited fuel for power armor. Which is very useful. Not exactly mandatory, though, and I do feel like it's a little bit cheap just using power armor for everything in the game. Especially considering it's very easy to set up essentially an unlimited amount of wealth very early in the game. You just need to do a little bit of rudimentary work with the base building in this game, and you've got an infinite money machine. Alright, so... Yep, time to get out of the way. So you need to hit R to transfer and put the fusion core in. That's not very self-explanatory, and then it'll automatically put you in it, I think? No, okay, I have to hit E for enter. Now, the next part is actually pretty hard on survival. The suit's pretty beaten up, but... We take the minigun, it'll auto-equip it.
Up here.
No.
We got somebody up here.
Let's use the pistol for this. So Preston, you'll see Preston is out there again. On his balcony, shooting at people for us. That's very useful, actually. In fact, we'll need him to win the encounter we're about to have. It's not 100% necessary, but I would very highly recommend it. Alright, let's let Preston deal with that a little bit. So, to further compound my problem with not feeling like you're working your way up from nothing, you keep this power armor. This isn't just a taste of things to come and then it breaks down. You keep this, which I think is ridiculous. Also, I'm using the pistol here to conserve ammo on the minigun for a reason. High difficulties don't make the AI smarter, they just make them bullet sponges, which I hate. And there's an enemy that's going to take up about 1,000 shots to kill in a moment. Luckily, these guys can barely scratch you in this power armor, even though the power armor has gaps in it, because we are missing one of the arms and one of the legs, as you can see on the left there, are so damaged that they are non-functional. So that's like a special guy there. That's why he has a special name and has a lot of health. That's gonna hit me.
Come on, I got places to be.
Looks like it's pretty much taken care of now. Alright, so we're gonna save real quick, and you can see we actually have a different overlay thing here.
Come on, I got places to be.
Alright, drop down. And just temporarily, let's put the minigun on favorite 9. That was... Oh, I can bowl over the sandbags, okay. So we're gonna quick save there. And And you know what? Let's keep the minigun. Put it away so we can move a little faster. And we're gonna walk by the raiders because they're gonna be our meat shields. There we go. If you get close enough to that, you activate a thing. And that thing is a Deathclaw. Yep, you kill a Deathclaw this early in the game. You don't really need to earn it. It just gives you all the stuff you need to kill it. But on survival difficulty, it is actually kind of difficult. So we've leveled up here. Let's go ahead and do that stuff now. I want toughness, and by want, I mean I'm going to need that for this fight. And for strength, what can we get? We can get Iron Fist, which is all about punches being stronger, and eventually you can disarm people and cripple people and paralyze people. That's definitely up my alley. I mean, we are Haku. He has the Tongan Death Grip, which paralyzed people. So Iron Fist makes sense. Big Leagues is about melee weapons. Armorer, I recommend for everyone. It's the ability to upgrade armor. Blacksmith is for melee weapons, which is going to be good for us because if we have like knuckles and stuff, we can upgrade that. Heavy gun stuff. Carry weight might be worth it. I don't know. Steady aim is extra hip fire, which is very good. Up close and personal, gun bashing, very good. Rooted is stronger if you stand still, sometimes good. And pain train, running into people with power armor is good. There are a lot of iffy skills in the game. But we're going to take Life Giver early on too. So we just took 2 longevity things. We now have 10 extra armor natively, which is more than our body armor gives us right now. Plus an extra 20 maximum life, which is on top of our already very high endurance. So we are actually pretty hardy now. So we have some Mentats and some Psycho, which is going to be very helpful. Hi, dog meat. Alright. Save. Okay. Yes, we can stand on that little cloth awning. Why shouldn't we be able to? Don't think I can get up there. So, we're gonna have to fight this thing. And the best way to do it is to lead it over to Pearson, so he can get some free shots in. So, they were smart enough to program in something the Deathclaw can do if you find a way to get to a place he can't reach. He'll throw cars at you, which is pretty smart. Can he reach me here? He can. Ooh, he's messing me up. So we're gonna go ahead and pop some Psycho, which increases the damage we do, some Medics, so we take less damage, a Stim Pack, and a Jet to slow down time. Really drilling him there. Oh, wow, that hurts. Now, something big I recommend in this game, wow, the damage he does. You can see why survival mode is actually quite difficult now. I had to put my weapon and run, which I think he can actually outrun me. So I may be doomed right now and need to try the fight again in different repositioning, which I think is fun, actually, having to change your tactics. Your dog is in trouble. I don't care, because companions are invincible. He'll just get back up eventually. So we've actually he's lost sight of us, which gives us a chance to reload with this slow reload time. Also gave us a chance to heal up more. So there's where he is right now. We want to lead him back to Pearson. And I don't like wasting this much time like this in this fight, because our drugs only last so long. Sharp corners are a good idea, by the way. AI pathfinding is really bad around sharp corners, so you can often lose them doing that. Okay, he actually doesn't fit through this doorway. That is a hell of an oversight! Wow! Oh, wow, that was a bad oversight. Well, I swear when I did this last time it was actually a challenge. That's depressing. Well, that happened. Alright. That was lame. Let's get a little bit of stuff here. That's enough looting for now. We gotta end this episode soon. We're going really long in this episode. Just really wanted to give you your viewing's worth. Want to make sure that if you watch this, you really know if you want to continue watching me or not, if you found me through this.
Hey.
That was a pretty amazing display. I'm just glad you were on our side.
I'm on my side.
I'm on my own side, Garvey.
That's a shame, man. You can never have too many friends in the Commonwealth. Listen, when we first met, you said you were glad to help. Well, you did. And we owe
Hey,
you our lives.
look. The subtitles are frozen. Great, good.
It ain't much, but
fuck deaf people, I guess. Fuck. I've seen that freeze a lot of times now.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Well, since you say that, maybe you'll come to Sanctuary with us. We could use your help getting settled there.
Yes.
All right, Garvey. I'm in.
Oh, that's wonderful. But there's more to your destiny, isn't there? I've seen it, and I know your pain.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. And you see, there's no option to just ignore the crazy lady. Fallout 1 and 2 had many options to ignore many crazy people.
Okay, I'm listening.
You're a man out of time, out of hope. But all's not lost. I can feel...
Really?
Fuck you. Bullshit.
Bullshit. You're trying to play me for a fool.
No, I want to say bullshit because you're a druggie, not because she's trying to lie. She's not trying to lie, she's just insane.
Ever a liar. Your son's out there. And even I don't need the great.
There are a few people I'm willing to skip the dialogue of. I'm willing to skip her dialogue.
That's vague.
Look, I'm tired now.
I'm just so sick of that character. I've seen that same character in so many games and so many movies. I'm so sick of it. Of just like, I guess they did something kind of special with this one, where this person's drug fueled to have their visions, but like the Farseer to hand wave explain the plot for you. I hate that lazy shit.
We're heading for that place Mama Murphy knows about. Sanctuary.
All right, fuck it. We're going to Sanctuary, which is just where we came from the beginning of the game. So we're nearing the end of this episode. If you watch this and you're thinking about if you want to continue watching this playthrough or not, I'll have a link in the description and on screen probably to the playlist if you want to continue watching this playthrough. Make it convenient for you. Let's actually just get out of our suit here. I'll try and label the episodes so that you know, like, I'm going to separate episodes that are for base building and not base building. Oh, those are busted, so I can't. Okay. I'm going to try and separate the ones that are base building and the ones that are not base building. Like, the next episode is going to be all base building stuff, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. But first, I'm supposed to click on this. Just to unlock it there, essentially. And I just want to make it easy for you to skip non-base building ones if you're not interested in the base building ones. If my Pip-Boy looks like it's a little far away there, by the way, that's a byproduct of my high FOV. Right, quest. Join them and... Oh, so they're not here yet. Man, that would be really confusing to new players. Not knowing, and especially frustrating considering new players might not know there's a wait function. So if you sit down in any furniture, or if you use a bed, you can hit T and you can wait. So let's just wait 2 hours. Okay, they're probably here by now. There he is.
Excuse me.
Hey, good to see you again. I was hoping you'd show up. I should have listened to Mama Murphy all along. Pretty nice place she's found for us. I think we could settle down here. Make it a place to call home. What do you think?
I lived here.
Yeah. I used to like living here. Before the war.
What do you mean? Before what war? Are you saying...
I lived here over 200 years ago. I was frozen or something for most of it. Just woke up a little while ago.
Damn. Like one of those old pre-war ghouls. You say you were frozen. Anybody else make it out with you?
My son. Somebody took him away while I was still trapped. I've been looking for him.
Damn. I'm sorry. I hope you find him. Let me know if there's any way I can help. Anyway, I am glad you're here. And I hope you don't mind, but I've got another favor to ask. I've
I'd mind less if you moved your mouth when you talked.
There's still hope in there are Minutemen out there somewhere. The only chance to start rebuilding the Minutemen is to show people that they can count on us when they need us. Trouble is, I've got my hands full here. Do you think you could go help out with the settlement?
Sure.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic.
It gets us more settlements, so it's useful.
Could use more people like you. By the way, if you want to help out around here at all, talk to Sturgeon. I'm sure he'd be glad for all the help he can get.
Alright, we leveled up again. And when we talk to Sturgis, we'll be basically, hold on, let's just... Boop. That'll be basically the starting of creating our village. So we'll start that on the next episode. For now, I do need another 2 points in charisma at some point, both because having 6 charisma is a pretty good number to aim for, and because local leader is very useful for base building. But before we take even that, I'm going to hold on to that point for now, because we're going to be crafting some stuff. Oh, he wants to talk, so I guess we'll talk now.
I'd like to trade some items.
Oh, no, I didn't want to trade. He said he wanted to talk to me. Okay. Now, do you want to talk to me?
I just want to trade a few
No, it glitched out. Sweet. We're probably never going to hear a story. Okay, if I remember from the previous time I played this, where it didn't glitch out, he had a son who died, so he's all depressed, and his wife is all angry because they're handling in different ways. No quest with him as far as I know. He just tells you a story for character development. And then I don't think you can ever talk to him again. Okay. Next episode is fixing up this village, building a bunch, and crafting a bunch. If you want to watch more, link in the description and on screen to the playlist. And I very much hope you enjoyed. Until next time, have a nice day.